God, it's Friday. What's up, what's up? So we got a takeover coming on before we start the show. Thank you for the hand claps and the standing ovations, even though you're sitting down. It's all good in the Midtown. So understand this. Right now we got a caller on the phone. His name is Chase Morris. And we have a Downtown on the phone. So they're going to get it together and bring the difficulty back, but it's all good. Shout out to my homies in the studio right now, man. We got Romy is back in town from Florence, Italy.
Man, I'm back in town from Europe, man. Not just Florence, you know?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Give me a little spill about what happened, man. Where you was at? What's going on?
Basically what happened was I went over to Florence, Italy to study abroad. that's where I basically was like, home base. And after that, I just every weekend I went somewhere, fall break. I went everywhere. I tried to go as many places as possible. You couldn't see everything, but I saw a lot of great experiences. Anybody thinking about do it, don't think about it, just go do it. So, yeah.
Nike. That's dope. What about you, Mr. Dope? We got Douglas Yankee in the house right now. Y'all.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
IQ.
Yeah.
Give me a little spit about yourself, my brother.
Inglewood, born and raised, Cali boy. Rap a little bit here and there at the school.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't go to Florence, Italy, but I watched it on YouTube.
It's all right, man. He can live through me though.
Yeah,
it's all right.
We're gonna have to hear
family, everybody in here.
We're gonna have to hear a little something from y'all later. I think we got our caller back on the line, so we're gonna check it out. Hello.
Hello.
Yo, what's cracking, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Pretty good. So what's going on with you, man? What you got for us?
Nothing much. I was just gonna, talk about my projects.
All right, let's get it on. Put it in rotation, man.
Pretty much what I'm doing is reside right here in Hawaii at the moment.
Okay.
Just putting some reggae beats together, kind of trying to mix a style of reggae hip hop, trying to like branch off of like a new thing, a new sound, and put pretty much like a 5-song EP out.
So you need some beats. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, you come to the right place, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take care of you, my brother.
Yeah, definitely.
Hip-hop reggae, I can do that for you, man. I can do that for you. That's no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
So about, you said like 5 tracks, you say?
Yeah.
Got you. Deadline?
Just whenever. I don't want to rush anything.
All right. It's first of the year coming up, you know what I mean? So, you know me, I'm a busy man, got a lot of stuff coming up. But don't worry, I'm going to put you in the spot where you're supposed to be at. Get your stuff taken care of, get your EP out there, make sure you shine, you know what I'm saying? And we make this money.
Yeah, most definitely.
You understand?
Yeah.
So what you got going on now, man? What you got going on?
As far as what exactly?
As far as your career, the music as well, since you don't have the EP yet, what do you got going on now?
It's just all in the works. Like I said, I'm just pretty much in the writing process.
Okay.
Just finding a solid studio that I could find near me that's affordable. And, trying to get that sound that I've been working towards,
Got you. I'm going to need to hear some of your stuff, man. So probably on the next couple of shows coming up, we can check something out. Since you're in Hawaii, we can try to put something on the air, get some showcase going on.
Oh, that'd be way cool, definitely.
So, yeah, after the show, we're going to have to, get in contact and pretty much check that out. So what's up with Hawaii, man? How's the weather? What's going on out there? How's the people? How's the studio? How's the music out there as well, too?
It's a lot different out here. It's almost like a different country,
Of course.
As far as the music scene, it's got a huge reggae influence, definitely.
Okay.
There's actually like reggae radio stations and things out here.
Okay. And are you already in touch with people like that? That's at the radio stations, other artists and stuff that's out there in Hawaii?
Not yet, but I actually just formed a band. Actually, I just joined a band.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually just responded to an ad on Craigslist for a reggae singer. So I've been with these. I've done like 2 sessions with these guys so far. So
and you also play guitar, right?
What's that?
You also play guitar, right? Are you playing guitar in this group? Hello, can you hear me now?
Normally.
What'd you say?
I do play guitar though.
Okay. All right. Just checking. So he said he's gonna be the lead singer. Well, you're gonna be the lead singer, right? I can't hear him. Hello? I'm getting some problems with the audio. I can't hear him. But thanks for calling in, man. We're going to pretty much keep up and touch bases and get an update on everything going on so we can make something happen, man. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know, man.
All right, no doubt, man. We got you. Want to
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
shout out to anybody in particular?
Not at the very moment,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Oh, all right. I don't think they're gonna
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I don't know, man. I don't know how did I get in contact with you? From who?
You could take my number down. You got this number right here? Or?
I got your number. I'm trying to ask you. You don't want to give a shout out to the person you got on this radio station?
Oh, yeah, definitely my pops.
Oh, okay. Hey, who's your pops, man? Give your pops a shout out.
Johnny Morris, that's my pops, man. I love him.
Johnny Morris, man.
Yes,
That's
yes.
the man with the plan, man. Understand? I'm going to have to get in contact with him. He just stepped in.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to chop it up and definitely get in contact, man, later in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know, man.
All right. Yes, sir, man. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Have fun with the music.
Yep.
So that was Chase Morris, man. The son of Johnny Andrew Morris. That's dope. And for you that do not know who Johnny Morris is, he is pretty much the overseer and the management, the big guy at Roscoe's Media Center. So, he's the builder, and he's built all this stuff. You see this studio? I don't know if y'all can see it. Hey, can we get all the little... Uh-oh. No? Y'all don't want to... The studio is nice, though. He built it up. We appreciate Johnny. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to get into my little shout-outs real quick. I put it on Instagram today. I was like, yo, guys, I'm going to have to do a little shout-out. If you got any talent, if you got any kind of business inquiries that you do, comment, and give you a shout-out on my show. So we got a couple of people here. I got first the Beat Academy. They're out of Toronto, Canada, and they have a beat competition coming up out here in Los Angeles. So the hype is going up that Canada is already cracking, and it's pretty much just hard to see like, yo, LA, what y'all got cracking off? Let's go ahead and have that little head-to-head battle. So they're going to be out here in February 2015 with different groups and producers from LA. They're going to go head-to-head with producers from Toronto. So we're going to see how that's going to crack off. Shout out to Tony and the rest of the production company at the Beat Academy. All right, check that out. We also got my man D-Bell. He says he's a rapper, so he wants y'all to check his stuff out. Y'all see his Instagram on there. Check him out. See what he's working with. He got a video coming out. Got a couple of artists that he's working with and stuff like that. So y'all check him out. Make sure y'all go follow him, D-Bell. And we have somebody else that gave me, I don't know who this person is, but they wanted a shout out. His name is Colt Drifts on Instagram. He wanted to give a shout out to the 710 Lounge. And wherever that is, I don't know. But shout out to you. Shout out to them guys. And next we have my homeboy Sawyer. Sawyer is a dope artist. He sings, he plays guitar at the same time. He's dope. He's not just a, regular instrumentalist or a singer. He's pretty good. I went to one of his shows. We're going to have to work in the near future. Coming up in 2015, Sawyer. I'm looking for you, man. All right? Y'all check him out on Instagram. Next we have Rick Jane. She's a part of the Wild Bunch. If y'all know who the Wild Bunch is, it's a nice group. They do singing, rapping, live instruments, bass, guitar, trumpet, as you can see. Singing, rapping, all that. They have shows. Check them out. That's Rick Jane. And then we have another singer, and her name is, I Sing. I don't even know. I forgot her name, but y'all can check her out. She's a singer. Y'all can go ahead and check her out. Follow her on Instagram, see what she got going on, any events, any kind of records, any collaborations y'all want to do. Be sure to hit those people up and see how much feedback you can get. So I want this to get bigger, to let people know, have like some kind of little artistry network going on so people can get services and whatever the case is from other artists across the globe. You understand me? So before we open the show up, we was in a car with my homies, and we was talking about black people, colored people, and all this violence and stuff that's going on, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what was the I guess the topic as far as where it stemmed from, based on how should I say this? Was it violent protesting versus...
Right. We basically was talking about, should it be violent protesting or should it be peaceful protesting? And we had two different opinions. I think me and then everybody else in the car. It's kind of like two different places. I was saying, you know, I understand why people get violent, but like I feel like to get anything done, to really make change, we need some peaceful protest. I feel like that's the only way we're going to see change. Mm-hmm. But I would understand why somebody would do something violent after a situation like Eric Gardner. It only makes sense, and I've been saying that forever. It only makes sense for people to riot when violent things happen to people and it doesn't seem just. It doesn't seem fair. When you get mad, you want to hit someone. But I'm saying if you want to get out your anger, then do that. But if you want to make change, if you want to make real change, then we got to do it a different way because we're not in a situation where our violence is going to make any change. So that's what I was saying as in the car, and I'll let Douglas express his opinion.
Yeah, the conversation stemmed from, well, I think I asked you if you heard about the guy that killed the 2 police officers in New York. And then I think you said, yeah, you did. And then I was telling you about how me and my parents, well, my father and my brother, we had the discussion. And I pretty much agree with my dad where he said, like, well, yeah, that was the right thing to do because they're killing innocent black people. So once the police department or the people that, you know, are committing these crimes suffer some innocent lives being lost, then they'll understand where we're coming from. So, you know, that was basically my stance on it. That I don't know if it's necessarily right or wrong, but it's justified in the sense that it's fair. An innocent life for an innocent life, you know, I guess you can't necessarily argue with the logic in that.
No, I'm not saying that nothing. I'm not saying that, like I've been saying, I'm not saying that I don't understand it or it's not fair or anything like that. What I'm saying is, are we trying to get change or are we just trying to vent our anger? If you want change, you need to do something a little different that's actually going to make change. And peaceful protest is the only way it works, especially in a situation where we're in the country, we're 10% of the population. And once they go into martial law, because people think they big and bad, you know, fighting, even a police officer, we can't get nowhere fighting them. But when they bring in the military and they say you can't be out past 7, are you shot, no questions asked, and that is lawful, then what are you gonna do? You can't go up to them with your rocks and your handguns doing that when they have tanks. So are you just trying to die? Or are you trying to make real change? And another thing that came up as I said that we have the wrong stereotype. Black people have the wrong stereotype in this country, and that's something else we need to change. I think that's the biggest thing. If we change that, we will change a lot of things, because our stereotype is very violent. It's very that we're very violent, and even black people promote that violent stereotype. When really we're not violent people, we're very loving people. I mean, I feel like if you ever see a group of black people together, we're very, very loving people. It's not a lot of hate or anger or violence that goes on. It's just that when it is a little bit of violence, like all races have violence, that it's promoted so much in the media where it gives us this negative stereotype. So I think we really have to try hard to change the stereotype of a black person, especially a black male in this country. And I think once they start looking at us as just like how they'll probably look at an Asian, if an Asian start yelling and pointing his finger, they won't think that Asian is a threat. Whereas if I start pointing and, you know, yelling and everything, they might look at me kind of as a threat, and they might go for the gun or shoot me, and then the people in the court system, they're looking at me like he's a threat also, so they'll understand why he shot him. Whereas if it was a white or an Asian person, they'd be like, well, I mean, just because he was yelling, it wasn't a threat, because the stereotype isn't to be violent. His stereotype is to be smart. Not saying that every Asian is smart, but these are the stereotypes, and people just judge people on stereotypes if you don't know the person. Right. And that's what I've been saying. So yeah.
That's deep. So what about the cops that we have? We have cops or LAPD that are supposed to control the situation, that's pretty much supposed to protect and serve the community, but who are they actually protecting and serving? That is the question.
They're protecting and serving themselves. Well, I don't want to speak for the LAPD in a sense, but for the most part, police officers are trained to kill. And so since they're trained to kill, they're trained as if, you know, their lives are more valuable than the citizens that they are designed to serve and protect. But, I mean, what must come to an understanding is that when you become a police officer, the day you're sworn in, your life is at risk. And when you take that oath to serve and protect, you know, you can't have it can't be justified that you were scared. I thought he had a gun, therefore I used my gun. Because, you know, you take on this responsibility that there is danger in the streets, and I'm out here to eliminate the danger. I hope you get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you take on that oath to go out there and eliminate the danger, you're already internalizing that since there's danger in the street that I might lose my life. So therefore I have to accept the fact that I might make a mistake and lose my life versus I make a mistake and take somebody else's life.
So I'm pretty sure like you've been to like the arcades and stuff, like at Dave and Buster they have this game where like you're the person with the gun and you gotta you lose points when you shoot an innocent person that comes out, like it's the bad guys, they shooting at you, and then somebody innocent might just come out and be like, oh, and you gotta like not shoot them.
Yeah.
Don't you think that it's supposed to be like that when it comes to the training with the police? Like it has to be somebody that's harmful that's gonna come out and actually target you, instead of you gotta distinguish who is the aggressor and who is the person who is not being aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that kind of?
Well, I totally agree with what you're saying, and that's why like we do probably need federal government to come in and say some things and talk, instead of like the people that the police are working with is the ones that will have to end up prosecuting them. And then if the police and the prosecutor are working together, it's going to be hard for the prosecutor to come in and prosecute someone that they're working with, because they're looking out for, you know, their coworker pretty much. And it's just like, that's that code in everything in life. You look out for your friends. If Douglas was in trouble, I'll try to help him any way I can. If Jared was in trouble, I'll try to help him any way I can. So that's that situation. So that's how I basically look at it. So you need somebody from the outside that isn't a friend, that they haven't been working with, to come in and say, okay, well, I see the facts. You know what? You were guilty of what this was. This at least needs to go to trial. I at least feel it's enough facts here to take it to trial and let a judge and jury determine what's going to happen, besides your friends saying this is enough to go to trial or not, because you will have a bias when it's your friends. I would have a bias, and I can admit that. If you put me on a jury and Douglas is in the stand, I don't care what you say. Whatever Douglas says, what it is, and if it isn't that, that's our business.
Right. Family
honest
business.
with you, that's family business. That's our business. So that's just the honest truth.
Yeah, and you know, their excuses that, you know, I guess the stereotype, or that they were scared and that they thought, or, you know, some people even go up and say that, oh, well, they're trained. But I mean, the police department doesn't consist of 100% Caucasian individuals.
Right.
They don't train the white police officers different than when they train the Asian and the black ones.
Sure.
But for some reason, it's always white police
Spanish
officers killing innocent black ones. So it just leads me to believe that, you know, what perpetuates this horrible act is racism. It's just, you know,
Just what it is.
yeah, just pure racism. Because it's not like black officers are going out there killing innocent white boys, or even killing innocent black boys, or Mexicans or Asians are doing that. The situation is, there's somewhere in the state, like it seems like every 2 weeks, some white officer has killed another innocent black person. So, you know.
Right, and that's what I was saying about the stereotypes. If what happened to my microphone? If you see this if you're black and you see a black person yelling and everything like that, you're not as threatened as somebody that hasn't been raised in the community with them yelling at you. So if I don't know you and I see you, all I'm going to base my how I'm going to judge you is based on the stereotype. And the stereotype that us black people give off is we're violent, we're criminals, we will hurt you. That's the reason why I feel like you'll see white people necessarily probably go and kill more black people than you will see, like, let's say a black person would go and shoot a black person that's unarmed. Plus, I also don't think it's just to make as much attention if you put on the news that a black person killed a black person. It's not really
Of course. That happens.
news unless
every
it's
day.
like something, yeah, you know what I
Almost
mean?
every day.
Exactly. But if the white cop kills the black cop, the white cop kills the black person, then it's like, oh, okay, this is gonna make headline news. This is gonna get my ratings up. So even now, you'll see stuff that I don't necessarily think is wrong, but they'll report it on, because it's such a hot topic right now. They'll put it on TV. They'll put it on the news, just like another black kid was shot and killed today, yada yada yada. And honestly, sometimes some of the things that's coming out now, I'm like, well, there's bias, like that's an iffy situation. It's not so clear cut like Eric Gardner or some of these other things, that's like the 12-year-old with the camera and everything like that. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about it. It's a stereotype, and that's why I say we need to really try and change the stereotype, because when we change that, then they won't react so fast to
Yeah, and
hurt
it's not,
us.
and it's not even. I guess it's harsh to say this, but people pass and die every day. You know, babies die at birth, people die of old age, accidents, all that stuff. And it's not even the fact that, you know, police officers kill people. It's the fact that when they kill these innocent people, that the society feels, or, you know, the law feels that the lives of these black people are so insignificant that it doesn't even go to trial. I think that's like the one that really angers individuals. It's like, okay, in America, you do something wrong, you go to trial. If you're found guilty, then you suffer the consequences. These officers are killing these people, and they're not even going to trial. Not even going to trial, like not even getting indicted. Like, okay, you did something here. Let's figure if you're guilty or not. It's not even going to that process.
Right, and that's because of the prosecutor that works with the police all that time. They're the ones that take it to the grand jury and suggest to them should they indict him or not. But if I'm working with Douglas and Douglas makes a mistake, and then they come to me and I'll look at it like, you know what, I don't think he needs, because I feel like he's a good person or whatever it might be, I won't necessarily try and prosecute Douglas. And I'll take that suggestion to the grand jury. And then more than likely the grand jury is going to listen to it.
Okay, we understand. We understand where you're coming
Exactly.
from. Okay,
Exactly.
we're gonna throw it out.
That's why we need the federal government to come in on certain special occasions like this, where the police do something wrong, and it's up to the prosecutor that's been working with this police officer or this police department for so long to come in. The federal government come in and make those judgments, and not the person that's been working with them. That's basically their coworker, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
So
that's something that needs to change.
Before we go on break, we're gonna talk about when we come back. We're going to talk about how they look at us, like how this all started. How are you human? Are you not human? You know what I mean? What are you actually? Are you, you know what I mean, equal to anybody? Are you below them? Are you above them? Why do they do this? Are we scared? I think black people are scared sometimes, to be real.
Yeah.
They think too much. Sometimes when you think too much, that can hinder a lot of things in your growth, your development, your living process, or whatever the case is. So we're going to pretty much get into all that. Deeper depth when you come back. This is the last show of 2014, so I don't even care right now. You understand? We're just gonna talk about it all.
For sure.
And then Roby goes to Bangkok.
Yeah, I go to Southeast Asia on Sunday, man. I'll be in Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam.
Yeah.
So yeah. I just came back from Europe, and I'm about to go to Southeast Asia, man. I'm about to have a blast, man.
Shout out to all them pears.
All them pears.
Hey, let's hear a beat, man. I just produced this beat last night. I was chilling. Last night was Christmas, so I was at home, and I feel like every holiday I got to be in a studio or I got to be doing something musically. So this is a little R&B, something I came up with. Yeah, I kind of want to write a song. I think I'm gonna write something to that. You know what I mean? Start singing and stuff. Get on stage, do a little show. You feel me? Get like, not too many people. Probably like 20,000 people to come out to my show. When that window roll down and that AK come out, you can squeeze your little handgun till you run out, and you can run for your backup. But the machine gun shell continue back up. Guys on your side. Shit, I'm gonna Anyway, that was 50 Cent. What was that Beg for Mercy album a long time ago?
That was Get Rich or Die Trying.
Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's one of those albums where he was a thug. That's when 50 was a thug. He a businessman now.
Nah.
Oh, he a thug, but he don't.
He started using technology.
Yeah, now
You
he's
talking
smart.
about before he became a businessman too?
Exactly.
Yo, I'm tired of using technology.
Yeah, he's a
He say
businessman.
some crazy
He
stuff.
making big moves.
Yeah, he's still a
Coca-Cola.
thug.
You know what I'm saying? But he's smart though. He a thug when he gotta be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he's a good guy. I know
Sounds
that.
a lot like 50 Cent over here. Douglas. That was when he gotta be.
Yeah,
Hey man, the only difference between me and him is the millions.
I like it. But then again, I don't like it because I know you and you ain't got a million. So that's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only difference.
So if I knew 50, I'd be like, all right, Doug, sorry, man. 50 got the money, so I'll catch up with you when he run out.
See,
If you run out.
I'm glad you set this on camera.
I know.
Of course.
I know.
I like to have stuff honestly done, man. You know what I'm saying? I
When
don't
Jerry
play no
get the money,
games.
we know now.
He was like, yo, we still cool? I was like, what'd I say?
He was like, I'm still broke, so we still cool.
pretty much, that's what I said. I was like, my girl dumped me. Feel me? She had all the millions. Now I'm back on the bus. Yeah, I'm back to hit my friends. Like, hey, what's up, man? Y'all all right? How y'all doing? But anyways, going back to the topics, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. So I just wanted to ask, how does society view black people or colored people?
Me or him?
Hey, yo, listen, man.
Go ahead, Doug. You take that.
Well, society as a whole, I mean, it depends on, I guess your level of education.
Ooh,
It
I like that.
Yeah, that's all it depends on. If you just really focus on BET, then you'll view the black man or the black woman as, let me not use any, language that, demean anybody. But, if you watch C-SPAN and CNN and, the NBA and all this other stuff that, have a positive image of black people, then you'll have a, better perspective and understanding of, black people.
I fixed with it. The media does play a large part. The media is actually raising a lot of people, as far as children, as far as adults as well. The media is actually your parent because you're learning from them, and you're actually being biased because that's the only source that you have. And we all know that the media is not 100% honest or true factual events that come apart or whatever.
The internet too.
Yeah, the internet as well.
That's big now.
And I'm not gonna say any names, but I know people who are not of the color, who are not black, and they know a lot about Kobe. They know a lot about the basketball players, and as long as they doing good, they Kobe.
Right.
But then when Kobe started missing the shots, he's like, yo, frick Kobe, frick all the black people. Y'all ain't doing nothing because y'all weak. We want to win the game. Come on, Lakers. And then when the Lakers start winning, they're like, yeah, I like black people. Y'all cool. So it's just
Oh wow.
they go along. Not per se, but just looking at it like that. People only like people.
What have you done for me lately?
Right. Yeah, y'all know that song. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
What have you done for me lately?
Ooh, yeah. Janet Jackson, y'all wasn't even born yet. But anyways,
Yeah, I don't know that song.
Oh, come on, man, where y'all been, bro?
Sorry.
But yeah, it's like it's when you're doing good, they cool with you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Even we can do something about it. We have different things that we can do, like my dressing. I changed my little dressing up a little bit, right? I get looked at differently. People look at me and they, kind of smile at me and they be like, oh, hi, how are you? Now let me go wear some, Dickies and backward fitted cap. Some Chucks or whatever the case. And niggas gonna be like, yo, let's cross the street. I'm finna get robbed.
Right.
Or, let's cross the street. I'm finna get shot. And sometimes I don't blame them. Because when I see somebody that's black, and I'm black myself, and they coming at me, and we walking on the same sidewalk, I kind of put my little, how should I say, my little aggressiveness on. You know what I'm saying? I put my little cape on, like, okay, look, just in case anything from the crack with this dude, I don't want to be passing by trying to be all innocent. This nigga try to be on some, what's up, homie? Whoa, whoa. And you know what I mean? You got to be ready because I know from the streets, from experience, I know how they are. So it's just like I really can't blame the people who are not black for what they think about that, because if that's all you see, that's all you know.
Right.
Then hey, that's all, you know, that's what your mind is conformed to.
And that, to me, that goes back to what I was saying about stereotypes. Even black, that's what I'm saying. Even black people buy into every stereotype that we got. And you said it was based off dress. Now, if you go into a business situation, you need to become business appropriate. But in the way you dress casually in a casual situation should not have people judging you based on that. If you seen a white person in Dickies, you'll probably think he coming from a job. You know what I mean? You see him in Dickies and some type of shirt. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if he has on like some super baggy
I was
Dickies,
about to say, what kind of shoes he got on?
yeah, you know, it might be a little different. All depends.
He got the 11s on, the white and blue ones.
But still, like seriously, like if you see somebody with some Dickies and a white person with some Dickies or an Asian person with some Dickies and something like that, you wouldn't be threatened by that person.
What about a Latino dude? Hispanic?
You probably be threatened by that person. You know what I mean? You see a Latino dude with some Dickies,
Yeah.
is in a button-down shirt just with the top one button or something like that, and he got a bald head. You like, yo,
Yeah.
he not for play. So
Right.
you know, but that's what I'm saying. That's a stereotype, and that's what we have to fight to. And you know, we have to. That's gonna be something we have to do as a whole. We gonna have to fight to, you know, try and break that stereotype of us being, you know, violent or angry just because we have our culture is different from theirs when it's casual. You know, they shouldn't change our culture just because our culture is different from theirs. They shouldn't say, well, that's a violent way of being. You know, our culture is just different, so we dress a little different way. Our parents dress different from us. You know what I mean? But since they still around us and they understand it, you know what I'm saying? That's just my son. He not violent. That's the way he likes to dress.
That's
Yeah,
bullcrap.
and that's exactly how it's supposed to be. That's really exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, you know, it goes back to like what Kanye West said in that one song is like, they make us hate ourselves and love their wealth. You know, if you see somebody wearing a European suit, you will label him as classy or business appropriate or upscale. But if you see, you know, a black man wearing a dashiki, then that is the Rasta or the ignorance or the he's not upscale. I mean, compared to somebody wearing a European suit. I mean, it's like Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he brags about rocking Tom Ford. That's because, you know, that's a suit made by a white man. But P. Diddy, he also designs suits. But he doesn't brag about wearing P. Diddy suits or even talk about those type of suits. They're made out of the same material. They're both designed to fit them because they're custom made. But it's just the fact that, you know, one was made by a white man and one was made by a black man. That's the only difference. So, you know, I mean, I get it.
Why he get a hand clap for that? What did he do? He didn't say nothing special.
I appreciate that.
It's all good, though.
I appreciate that. But, I mean, that's really what it is. You know, I mean, just because it's black doesn't mean that it's harmful or it's wrong, you know. And just because it's white doesn't mean that it's better and it's more beautiful. But, I mean, that's the social consciousness that they beat into society for you to, you know, accept that. I mean, if you go to the dictionary, anything associated with black is evil, demonic, horrible, bad. But anything that's associated with white is pure, holy, you know, uplifting, great. Jesus is from Africa, but then, you know, every picture you see, Jesus is white.
Okay.
And then Jesus went to Egypt to go hide. How does a white man go hide in Egypt when it's full of, you know?
It's easy. It's like a white person going to the jungles. He gonna fit in.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna know him.
Because everybody's in Africa. Everybody in Africa have blue
My
eyes.
whole point is that what is wrong and what is right is right. Just because that there is a stereotype of a certain individual does not mean that you have to, you know, accept that.
Yeah.
Even though they're scared of that stereotype, doesn't mean that you have to accept that. You just have to educate them. Ignorance is what causes fear, not stereotypes.
And it's
That's a
pretty
good
much the
quote.
fear unknown. Yeah, because I'm thinking about that. Like if you walking down the street and you go into a dark alley, or maybe you just walk by the dark alley, you're gonna look that way and you're gonna be like, "That's a shortcut," but I'm not gonna go that way because it's dark. I can't see anything. I don't know what's in there for sure, and that's that ignorance. Ignorance is pretty much the meaning of I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that you don't have knowledge of. So if that's the case, I don't have knowledge about what's behind that trash can in that alley. Something could hop out. You feel me? So I'm going to go the long way around where I see light, because light is the right way to go if you're going to be smart. And if you can look at those two and take the initiative to say, okay, look, let's stay where the light is because that's smart. White is right, black is whack. If you black, get back. If you white, you right. And that's, you know what I mean? That's the mindset that they give people. I was listening to J. Cole, and he was talking about that, how everybody, he was riding down the street. Everybody that was in his car had college degrees. And when the cops got behind him, he kind of like holds his breath, turn his music down so they don't hear a thing. And it's like kind of like, even though he didn't do nothing wrong, he got a college degree, he's wearing good clothes, he didn't break the law, he wearing a seatbelt. But he see a cop, he already feel like he did something wrong, that he's guilty, even though he didn't do anything. And that's that mentality that they kind of put in, install in the minds of the minorities. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's the fear of police.
It's the fear of the police. Like, what are you fearing though?
You don't have to necessarily do nothing wrong, as we've seen.
Yeah.
For something to happen to you.
Right.
Don't. And I mean, I get that. You know, you everybody wants to preserve their lives, but you know that's the issue that we're trying to correct. It's like the police officer. He's basically saying that his life is more valuable than your life.
Okay.
And he's killing these people because he doesn't even view them, not necessarily as a threat, but as insignificant, that their lives does not matter.
Yeah, what I really think about these police, I think most of these police, they go to the job for the benefits, they go to the job for the pay, which it pays well for a job where you don't need like a college education, and if you can get that job, you're gonna get the money. And then what happens is, from what my friend Douglas has told me about what's happening in the academy, they constantly teach you that these people are violent, or these people will do certain things. And I remember when I went to go study abroad, in the orientation, it was constantly talking to the women. Every person that stepped on stage was saying, watch out, you will get raped, you will get raped, you will get raped. It got so crazy to the point where I was thinking, you know, they're talking to me. So like if a guy came up and talked to me, and I remember a situation where a guy was coming up and talking to me, automatically what switched to my head is like, oh my goodness, I think this guy maybe want to rape me. So I could see like probably. I'm sorry?
Can we censor this show, or is it too late?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm playing, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So like, you know, like, so I could understand why like they probably already have certain stereotypes, and then you go through a training where they put this fear in you, then they give you a gun, and then only thing you're thinking about is I have a wife, I have kids at home. I really don't want to help nobody. I just really want some money for my family. I want health care for my family. And so you're going to do what you have to do, or what you feel you have to do, and that's where you get a lot of accidents.
Okay, so we were talking about how it's looked at, all right, your position on peaceful protesting and violent protesting. So if you feel that the cops are doing all these things, getting away with it, how do you feel that you're going to make a difference? How do you feel people are going to come together and make a difference to stop this unwanted violence going on and unnecessary innocent killing? How are you going to stop that? Are you going to go ahead?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, basically what I could do is be a representative for my race. I would like to be at a certain status where I could start promoting positive black people that isn't necessarily an entertainer, because pretty much all we have is entertainers that are positive black people, and show that we have a lot of black heroes out here and a lot of positive black people that are doing things, and that's basically how I will do it as of right now for myself. Now, if I get the influence where I could put something up on Twitter, Black Hero Wednesday or whatever, you know, hashtag I can come up with, and constantly post, or not necessarily black heroes, but minority heroes, and show that we are out here doing positive things. I think the number one thing we need to do is, and I know it's hard, is to change the perception of black and brown people in this society. I think that's the biggest thing we can do, because if they stop fearing us, they won't necessarily want to exterminate us, and people run off fear. So if they stop fearing us, they will stop trying to, I don't want to use the word so hard as exterminate, but they will stop jumping, you know, to just
epidemic
killing us pretty much.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you spoke about Gundy and how he took 30 years to make a positive impact on how the world can change and how people can make a change based
Peaceful
on
protest,
a peaceful protest.
Right.
What do you feel about that, Doug? What do you think that is I guess you could say, what's the word I'm trying to use?
I mean, I
effective?
think that's
Is it essential?
I mean, if it gets to the end result, then yes, I agree with anything that gets to the end result. But I mean, I do think that, between the day it starts and then the 30 years later, innocent black people still will die. And I guess I'm just so upset or passionate or whatever word you want to use to describe it as, that I don't want another one. The one that really hurt me was when they killed the little boy that was playing with the toy gun, and that one was just like so disappointing. Because I mean, as a police officer, all you got to do is, hey, put the gun down, or I'm gonna shoot you. Simple as that. But they shot him and then asked questions later, and then it was just nothing. It was just nothing. But I mean, I think.
Did they indict him, by the way? My bad.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, see, even that, they indict him and then they send him to prison for life. I still don't even think that's fair.
Okay.
I still don't even think that's fair. But
So,
I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I'm thinking, would you do the peaceful, or would you be?
I mean,
Because would you do? We need some effective responses now, so we're gonna use violence, or would you do? You know what? We're gonna pray and we're gonna hold hands together, and we're gonna get shot while we hold hands. And the next 30 years, my kids are gonna be free to do whatever they want because it's gonna be peace and freedom. But half of my family died.
okay, so if the peaceful protest was to start on Sunday, I'll join it. But if somebody else died, that'll be the end of my joint attachment to it.
That's what I'm talking
then,
about.
We'll go a different route. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I hope I did.
You kind of did, because we got to understand the fact that if something does happen when we're trying, nobody's doing nothing wrong, we're holding hands, we're saying, hey guys, we're making a positive impact, we're making sure everybody's good, we're not robbing anybody, we're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You still shoot us. That's crazy. Now
Yeah.
we have to go somewhere else. It's just like I told you guys, if I have kids and they're acting up in school and I'm always getting phone calls from their teacher, I'm going to talk to you like, hey, I don't, condone what you're doing right now. Can you stop this, or blah, 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 and give them warnings and lead up to something. Now, if I keep getting phone calls after I talk to you and the talking doesn't work, I'm going to have to use some physical force. And then you're talking about, oh, that's child abuse. That's not child abuse. I'm going to whoop some behind. And if you don't understand, you know what I mean? If you don't understand, we're going to have to take measures to a different level. So it's just, that's how I look at it, as if the society doesn't want to accept that you're trying to be, friends and say, hey, I'm not bothering you, don't bother me.
Yeah, I get it.
You can understand that? All right, we can take it there.
Yeah, because, as my colleague Romy said, he was saying that, there's a stereotype that has infected black people that we're a violent criminal, or, just everything detrimental to, the progression of society type of race. So, if we have a peaceful protest, we're saying that we are peaceful people. So that stereotype that you believe should no longer exist here, because we as a people, we are peaceful. We're not saying that we don't commit crimes and we don't do things that are wrong, but we're saying that we are a race of peaceful people. So if another person dies, it will be hard for me to believe that, you're scared of that stereotype.
Okay, basically what I was saying is, because I hope y'all got that all out. One protest is not going to end hundreds of years of negative stereotypes that's been placed over a course of hundreds of years, and then one day automatically we show that, okay, we could be nice, and then they be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's not going to happen in one day. Two, I was also saying that the reason why I said violent protests wouldn't work, I'm not saying that I'm against violent protests in all forms. I'm just saying that for us, in the situation that we're in this country, it's not going to work. The only thing that's going to work for us is peaceful protests, because that's the only way we're going to make it to see it. And I asked y'all again, do you want to see change, or do you want to get out some aggression? You want to get out some aggression, and go out there and shoot somebody, and you will get out your aggression, or beat them up, or whatever you want to do. But if you want to see change, if you want to see real change, I feel like that's only going to come through showing them that we're peaceful people, that we're this, that we're that, we're educated, we're all these things, break down those stereotypes, and then we could come and see it. And yeah, it might take 30 years, but at least we're going to see it. The way you're doing is just talking about they're just going to declare martial law, and then everything we're talking about is just going to be legal. Them killing us without having a reason is going to be legal. Them telling you can't go out after 7 o'clock, and they will shoot you if you go out after 7 o'clock, if you try and take out the trash or whatever the reason. They don't need an excuse. They said, don't be out after 7. You was out after 7, you dead. And you telling people that are just going to go riot in their own neighborhoods, they won't even go to the right neighborhoods to deal with the cops to riot, to pick up arms and to go. You can't ask that from people when you already kind of see that that's not what they're going to do. So
let me cut you off like some scissors real quick. So
Go ahead.
check this out.
Go.
I can't even be on one side. Let me be real. Black people, they have a tendency to mess up their own community when something doesn't go their way. Now, when you're doing that, I wouldn't mind being a cop and shooting you. To be real, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
But
You messing up your own community, you burning your own stores.
Right.
That's a black-owned, Latino-owned, whatever the case is. It's in your community. The community did not do whatever the case is that the negativity that happened. It's the you know what I mean. Even if it happened in New York, it's police that's still out here that's harassing you. Why don't you go downtown? Why don't you go to the police stations if you so gangster, if you so G? Why don't you go to the actual problem if you so gangster? Why you gonna burn up somebody, go rob somebody's house? What the hell did they do to you? I'm sorry, I had to get that out, bro.
No,
That shit don't make no
understand that, and
sense. So if I'm a cop and you doing stupid shit like that, oh yeah, I see you out there doing some stupid.
Right. You know why they?
Go ahead.
You know why they do it that in their own communities in these places right
Why?
here? It's because
Tell me
they're
why.
too scared to do it in them other neighborhoods.
Why they too scared? If they scared to do it, why?
You know
why?
that everybody, it's
Maybe
all over
they
the place.
lazy.
That why would you
They
do?
lazy. They don't want to travel.
They travel. Emotions make you travel because emotions make them get up out of bed and break and start riding. So emotions will make them travel. It's just that they too scared to do it in a white neighborhood. And you can't ask a person that's too scared to throw a rock through a window in a white neighborhood to pick up a gun and shoot a cop. Or
Why
pick
not?
up because they don't have the heart to do it.
Don't they do a lot of stuff off of impulse?
No. See, you can do stuff off of impulse, but it won't make you turn crazy. Like you would get mad sometime, but you won't hit your mama
Why not?
because you're not crazy.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're
Or
crazy,
tripolar.
you just don't have the heart to do it. I'm not gonna hit my mama no matter how mad I get.
It's
My
out of
mama get me
respect,
mad,
it's-
but I just
Out of respect and
I'll
out of fear.
pout.
Out of fear, because my mom, she be praying and stuff. She probably pray to God, and I just,
Maybe, but I'm saying, but look,
Turn into
I'll
a vegetable.
pout. But will I do something? No, I'm not gonna hit my mama. I'll pout though. I'll do what I can do, and what will they let you do? They'll let you mess up your own community. Yeah, go ahead. But will they let you mess up this white community? No.
exactly.
And they know that, and all the black people know that, but we still won't go because we've been talking about that for I don't know how long with the riot. Don't mess up your own community, but they still mess up their own community
Because they don't listen. They're ignorant.
No,
Matter of
because
fact,
they don't
they
have
not
enough
ignorant,
heart
they're
to go into
stupid.
any white community and do anything.
Yeah, they put more value on Beverly Hills than they do on Inglewood. Both,
Right.
both
And
black
they know-
and
Okay.
you know.
They ain't about to go in that white neighborhood and mess up.
And why they gotta
anything,
go to a white
'cause they don't have
neighborhood?
the
We
heart to
got
do it.
police stations in the hood. We got 77th Street Division. We got the Wilshire District over
Because
here.
you're not about to set war on the cops.
Yeah,
Why
don't-
not?
They don't because they don't have the
Hold
heart
on.
to do it.
Shout out
That's
to
what
my
I'm
homie Chris Dorner. Rest in peace, my nigga. Anyways, go ahead.
But not black cops. Black cops aren't doing anything wrong.
It's strategy, man.
Yeah, not
I'm not.
black
I'm not.
cops.
Everybody get it straight. I'm not trying to organize any kind of parties to go out and be negative interaction in the street. I'm just saying, you feel me? It's a way to do things, and it's a way to go about it. To go about it. And if you ain't doing it the right way, you
Right,
saying
but
that you
gotta
finna go
understand,
do this
You
and
have
do
to have
that
a lot of
ain't
heart
nothing.
to kill a cop.
Yeah,
And on top of that, you got
Matter of fact, you can't have a heart.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, it takes a lot of guts to kill a policeman.
no, you can have a heart. Malcolm X would have killed all them people.
Yeah, but Malcolm X had a
Yeah.
lot of heart.
He had heart.
He had heart.
He had heart, or he had a heart.
He had
Nelson
heart. That's
Mandela,
what I'm saying.
heart. Malcolm X, heart.
Yeah.
But it's the difference
my
between
hero,
having
Nat
heart.
Turner,
It's,
heart.
oh yeah, Nat Turner.
Nat
It's the
Turner.
difference between
You know the
having
story
heart
of
and
Nat
having
Turner?
a heart.
Yeah.
Isn't he the slave revolution dude that turned
Right,
and had
right,
the rebellion and stuff like that?
He was an educated slave. His first owner actually loved him. He taught him how to read, write, and all that stuff. But then he got so poor he had to sell him, and he sold him to another slave owner, and that's where that slave owner treated him like,
Yeah.
how the other slaves got treated.
Right. I mean, he wasn't
You know?
going for it.
And then that's when the revolt came.
Right. And guess how long that violent protest lasted? Most people don't know that part.
How long?
One day. It lasted like one night, a couple hours or something like that. It didn't last long. And then they they didn't kill him. They found him in a bush, and he wasn't too far away from his original plantation. They found him in a bush with a knife. He wasn't too far away from his original plantation. They got him, strung him up, hung him. And it was a guy, well, most people say they get this what happened in Nat Turner's life and all this other stuff. They get it from this one white man going up in there, and he wrote down his he said he wrote down his story, and that's where they come up with these stories about Nat Turner, but nobody really knows the real truth about Nat Turner.
I think the truth is it probably lasted longer than a day. But I mean, if you
It didn't last. Let's look that up. It didn't last that long.
We got like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it didn't last that long.
But I mean, the white men will put that history up in there.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Hey, don't try this. You only gonna get so far.
Yeah, I mean,
you feel me?
But that's what the fact shows. Like, it didn't last so long. And the plantation where he started to revolt from, he was found not too far away from that. They went out. Nat Turner only killed, really, I believe they said he only killed one person in that whole rebellion.
Let me just say that. Shout out to the
one
Bible.
white lady.
Let me say shout out to the Bible. Y'all know why I'm saying that?
Huh?
I say y'all know why I'm saying that. If I say shout out to the Bible.
Nat Turner was a preacher.
What does slave owner use the Bible for?
To control their slaves.
Exactly. Fear and control. Shout out to the Bible. Feel me? But that's a whole nother story. You feel me?
I was like, where you going
I don't want to get to that, but I'm just saying shout out to the Bible. I got some shout outs y'all want to do, man, before we vacate the premises.
Shout out to myself, IQ.
Hey, you want to spit a couple of bars or not?
Let me see.
You hear that beat in the background? You want to spit to that? I wasn't talking about that one, but okay. The engineer must like this beat or something. I don't know.
What kind of beat is this? This is rock and roll?
Never. It's all random, people. Don't blame us. Don't judge us.
All right. Okay. Let me see if I got something. All right. Here we go. They say the sky is the limit, well then they must not have reached it, cause I reached it and I passed it, but that was far from an accident. I set some goals then pushed past them, oh and the struggle traumatic. Victory lap in my vision, when I made it I was ecstatic, cause the struggle was real. At times I felt very ill, but excuses don't pay the bills and then they don't provide meals. So see, I had to succeed, yeah, success was my only option. I couldn't live with no effort, plus the little ones was always watching. I just wanna make music, hope that affects the masses and that this positive message could be labeled a classic. So I took my time, developed some rhymes that actually matter. Well, hope that I can do this and still be labeled a rapper. I'm trying to broaden the game with these positive lyrics and hope the success is here. Oh, this is gonna mess me up.
Oh, you messed up. Oh, you messed up, bro.
Man, he brought the beat in though. That was him. That's good.
Nope.
Beat wasn't on the same.
You're a real rapper. You gonna go ahead on and do that like that. That was a drop. If you was on the tempo, you would have kept on going, but you ain't no Kendrick though, so I don't blame you. Shout out to Troy Ave.
Oh, y'all funny.
Shout out to Troy Ave for reading his lyrics, and shout out to Sway for moving his cup out the way.
Hey, Troy, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know.
Yeah.
Hop on the track with me, boy.
Any shout outs you want to do? Shout out to IQ, the rapper in the house.
Yeah,
Shout out to IQ.
Yeah. Giving y'all the bars.
Instant quality.
Giving y'all the bars with no bike.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Frank. Shout out to my mom that's going to Nigeria right now for Christmas.
Whoop whoop.
Shout out to
Chibuzo.
all the police that's not killing innocent black people. And yeah, that's about that.
Your turn, RJ.
Just shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to my family and shout out to my friends. I love y'all. See y'all.
Shout out to Jesus, the real MVP.
Part of my family.
You already know what it is. I'm just now getting on Facebook. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to give a shout out to Lily Monet Beard. She's a poetry rapper. You know, her name is Delise Nicole, aka Callie. She's a rapper. I'm gonna have to showcase them later on. Dakota Mitchell. My talent is being able to make people smile no matter what they are going through. Cameron Howard. I can tie my shoestrings. Shout out to Cameo. And we got DJ on the track. No, we don't. She don't rap. But she writes poetry, she sings, and she writes fiction as well. And she's pretty forward in thinking, if she do say so herself. And me, shout out to myself, J Beats in the house. Last show of 2014, rapper, singer, producer. That's my beat in the background. You already know what it is. Shout out to my mama, Crystal Davis, as well. Shout out to Johnny Morris. You already know what it is. Shout out to Roscoe's Media Center and Pitbull, the energy drink. Shout out to Nabo in the house. Off camera, you already know what it is. And thank y'all for coming in, my guest, man. We're gonna have to turn up for you before you leave, bro. Back to Bangkok.
Yeah, man. Not back to Bangkok, but headed to Bangkok.
All right, whatever the case is, man.
Asia.
You know what I'm saying?
Southeast Asia.
There you go.
Shout out to all them pears.
Southeast Asia.
Shout out to the pears.
Shout out to the pears.
Understand? Hey, turn that beat up though when we go out, man. Just let us go out with a little bang. You understand? Let's go with a Bangkok. You understand?